focus? Good. What's up, guys? Joe here. Just doing a pickup video. Didn't realize the first time I just tried filming this thing it was completely out of focus because there was a smudge on the screen that it was focusing on. Way technology. Alright, I tried uploading a video yesterday. It took 3 hours to upload 10% of a video, so obviously I gave up. So today's video I will recap everything I got this weekend and an update on a couple of other things. First thing, eBay. An eBay lot came in that I was looking forward to because it was 17 PS2 games for $7.50 plus $9 shipping. So that's $16.50 for 17 games shipped. And if you do the math, that's what, like 93 cents a piece? And on top of that, she even threw in an extra Xbox game that she must have had just laying around, so free. I'll start with that one, which is Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex. Complete with manual. Only one game will be incomplete, and whatever, I don't care about that. Some sports games. You've got Madden 2002, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004, MLB 2004, Madden 2004, Fisherman's Bass Club 2004. No, I'm just kidding. But I did notice that finally that these are all from 2004 or later or earlier. So that must be when she stopped buying for the system, which is cool. That's fine. Nobody says you have to keep buying. When you're done, you're done. Tokyo Extreme Racer 0. God of War. Shame to say I've never played one, but now I have the first one, so I'm going to play it. What we have here is Extreme G3. It's like a hoverboard game. This one came from Hollywood Video, and Hollywood Video, of course, is gone, so that's cool. Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Tekken Tag Tournament, and if you see here, you've got EB Games. Try to keep me in shot at the same time. And EB Games, aren't they gone? I think they're gone. If they're gone, let me know. If they're still around, let me know. There's none near me. Thunderstrike, fun helicopter game. Ace Combat 04, fun flying game. The original Sims, which is one of my favorite games. And then a genre I really like is racing games. So you have Need for Speed Underground. It's the only one without a manual. It's almost like the universe knew that's the one I wanted the most. And then 3 games came in that lot that will basically double my money. If I sell them, I might not, but I might. Summoner. This one is currently going on eBay for, you know, $8-9, not a ton, but Soul Reaver 2. It's averaging about $9 as well. So those two would make my money back. And then Silent Hill 4 The Room. This one, the last sold listing was for like $19. So again, I could just sell those 3 games and the other 15 would be free, but that's not how I roll. Got the security bits for opening up Nintendo cartridges and GameCube systems, and you need to have these, especially if you're going after some rare stuff that I've been seeing, like Earthbound and the Flintstones on the NES. You need to open them up to check the boards to make sure that they're genuine. Yes. I tore apart the GameCube the other night as well and gave it an extremely thorough cleaning and got all the dirt and dead skin or whatever it was out of the fans. So that thing works flawlessly now, so I'm very happy with that. And I will do the paint job. It's been too cold to really do any kind of painting. It's been, you know, 9, 10, 12 degrees the last week, but it's supposed to be 60 degrees this upcoming weekend, so maybe I'll do it then. And then of course I've got the tri-wing screwdrivers. also needed for taking apart like the DS Lites and the controller for the GameCube. So, speaking of DS Lites, if you remember my Mario edition, I've changed it. I thought the red was just too much, and I bought a ton of parts and repair DS Lites on eBay, and that'll be the next thing I show you. But yeah, I took a bunch of the parts off, and now this one is a custom multicolor system, which I like. I was thinking I'd do this and then sell it, but I like it so much I'm just going to keep this one, and this one will be my personal playing one, because Game Boy Advance slot, of course. Although I am about to buy like 16 SPs, Game Boy Advances, and some more DSs. Assuming I win. I might not win the auction. So another auction was for 8 broken DS Lites. In the pictures, a lot of them had screens that lit up, and it listed them as having a lot of broken hinges, and that was true. So I'll start with some of these, and I got them to flip. Not gonna lie about it, I'm not a collector of DS Lites, especially when there's like 2 of each color in here, but it's a good way to supplement my habit. And if you get the lots cheap enough, you can actually make some pretty good money, because a good working clean DS Lite with the charger and some games, that's probably worth 25, 30, 35 bucks, depending on who the buyer is. So I'll do that. And by the way, I did buy the giant box of boxes. Remember I said there was DS, DSi, DS Lite, boxes in there. So I bought all of them, and it turns out I was actually able to win the auction and get them for 50 bucks, not 85. I didn't do the buy it now. So when that comes in, boom, then I'll have a ton of extra boxes that I can pack these up in. First one, this one had a good hinge, and it actually powered on and worked, just needed a battery, but it was pink, and I didn't want a pink one, so I tore it apart and used the guts to fix this one. This one had bad screens, and it was extremely filthy. These things were horrendously filthy. I haven't done the final wipe down on these yet. There's a few spots of dirt on there, but I took them all apart, cleaned out the interiors, the motherboard, switched all the screens. I gotta fix that. That's not lining up perfect. Oh well. But yeah, so absolutely standard condition, nothing fancy, works good, and I'll get like 30 bucks for it when I put it on eBay. So I'm not gonna complain. This one has some of the Mario parts. I'm going to change the other hinge now that I remember. But it's empty right now. All it has is the bottom screen. I got to get a couple of screens put in there. I really wanted to save this one. It's a white one, but the case is just destroyed, cracked there. They broke part of the case where the Game Boy slot is, and the top screen doesn't work, probably because they must have dropped it. But these interior faceplates are okay, so I'm going to clean those up really well and use those as parts for another system. Then I've got these two, which I kind of did the same customization I did to the other one, so originally, this one obviously was the silver one, and this one is black, and then I just kind of took the parts from each and made a couple of systems. So as you can see, it says bad touchscreen. The screens were bad, but the screen underneath the touchscreens were good, so I'm just going to change the touchscreens with all those other ones that I have coming in that I've told you about before. This is a complete gold one, but even though it powers on, you can see the light goes green, the screens don't work, so I gotta open it up and see if it's a bad motherboard or was ist up. Speaking of German, that was funny. One of them was actually in German, and I couldn't get it to switch to English, so that one got gutted. Again, it's the one I put all the parts in, the red one. So I is happy. Jerome happy. And then I also wound up with a lot of spare parts now. So, a lower and lower faceplate, bunch of touch screens, and again, I'll switch all these touch screens out when I put them in units. Bunch of extra screws, network adapters, pardon me while I whip these out, extra batteries. Now you can sell these online because they're original Nintendo ones for like $4 a piece, $4 or $5 a piece, so that would get me half my money back just on those extra batteries. And then the extra motherboards. These are a pain in the ass to test because you have to reassemble the entire system, and I got lazy, so I will test all these out. So there's one or two of them, like the DS slot would work, but the Game Boy slot wouldn't, and I think on one of them it wouldn't read either, but I can't remember which one was which because I didn't put any marks on them because I'm an idiot. Fix that later. Alright, next one was a lot that I bought, and I didn't expect to win it because I didn't bid a lot, but lo and behold I won it, so I'm happy. And that is a NES Retro Edition 3DS XL. And these were the GameStop exclusives, if I'm not mistaken. Complete in-box. Here's the unit. It's got just a slight bit of wear on the top of the hinge. He must have had it in like some kind of case that was rubbing it. But other than that, it's absolutely flawless. It comes with everything, manual, Nintendo Club, and the AR cards, and the charger. Now guys, here's a tip that I'd like to give to you, and I'm sure some of you must know it, but you don't have to spend $5 for AR cards, or whatever they're going for on eBay right now. All you have to do is Google them. If you Google them and resize them, you can print them off, and they work fine. You don't need the actual cards from Nintendo. There's nothing special about it that the system reads. And I know this because I tried it. I was messing around with that blue one and I didn't have AR cards. So I just downloaded them off of Google, printed them out, set them on the couch. Worked fine. Save yourself money, kids. Because let's face it, you're going to lose them anyway. Half of them are without them. So that system came with 4 games. It came with Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, Zelda Majora's Mask, and Zelda A Link Between Worlds. I sold those 3 because I didn't want them. I don't play much 3DS, and when I do, I don't even know what I'm going to play on it. I haven't even played it yet. I may play this one, Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I kept this one just so I can test out systems and whatnot, but other than that, I really don't play them. Can you guys suggest a good fighting game on 3DS that isn't Super Smash Brothers? Let me know down below. Okay, so yesterday afternoon, I wasn't planning on going out, but I went to the Mercerburg flea market, and that was where I got the 2 Nintendo 64s that I made some good money on. And I went back to that guy's booth because he still owes me a controller and a game, but he wasn't there. It was like 3:30 and they closed at 5, so he was already gone for the day. But I walked through and I did good out of his lot. I did get for $5 a Fossil watch. Now, I know it's not video game related, but I'll buy stuff like this and it probably just needs a battery, and then I will resell it and make some money, because a Fossil watch and it's in good shape, that's probably a $25, $30 watch. So there you go. Some junky fun stuff that I like to pick up. They're just jewel cases, jewel box, but it also can be used for storage. Damn you, entropy. So, you know, so some 3DS game or DS games, and then, you know, accessories and things will go in there. I gotta rip these things out because they're in the way. They take up too much room and I'm not gonna use them. The ring holders. But I bought 3 of those. They were $1 a piece, so I can separate all the systems. So that one's for the DS stuff. This one's for like Game Gear stuff. This one's for Game Boy. So $1 a piece. I can always use storage. And it looks better than a cardboard box. So next thing I did, I went back to the same guy where I bought a bunch of games last time. and I went through. He must have had a sale. Now here's a weird thing. He had lots of duplicates. It's not weird that he had them because he was a reseller, but some of them were marked at $3 a piece, and then some of them were marked at $2 a piece, and they were like really close to each other. So it's not like at GameStop where you might have one on a shelf and then halfway across the showroom you got one a little bit cheaper. These were all cheaper, so anytime I saw one that was $2, I took that, and I did not take anything that was $3. So I will give you a rundown of some of those games. Madden 2011. Now, the only reason I bought this is because when you're getting to the end of the PS2 lifespan, these sports games are actually worth money. I sold Madden 10 for $9. So Madden 11, that's probably a $10 to $12 game. I lost my box to my Gran Turismo 4, so I bought this one, plus it had the manual in it. The first Need for Speed Underground. And I also wanted to ask your opinion. When did you fall out of love with Need for Speed? I did after this one, and I believe number 2, because number 2 is just basically a rehash of this one anyways. But I fell out of love with it because you couldn't individually change body parts anymore. You know, nowadays it's all you have to buy an entire body kit, or you have to buy them as a set, and I hate that. I like to design things the way I like them. No offense to like Buddy Club, but you know, I don't care for some of their designs. Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec. Now this one's got the red cover. This was the one that was bundled in with the PS2, so as you can see it says not for sale. It's either the one that was bundled in or it's the one that they used for display. I don't know who Bill is, but it was only $2 with the manual. So next, he had a bunch of loose discs and PS1 games, and I just bought a bunch of them because they were very, very cheap. And I will run through those real quick. The original Need for Speed, Gran Turismo 1, and just the simulation disc for Gran Turismo 2. These were $1 a piece. Actually, all these PS1 and loose games were $1 a piece. Siphon Filter on the Wii, or excuse me, did I say Siphon Filter? I meant Resident Evil Umbrella on the Wii. I got this for $1 because there was no price tag on it, and the guy just rang it up at $1, even though it's a Wii. Wii! These ones actually had the cases and the cover art and stuff. Siphon Filter, and by the way, yes, I do know that in my first video pickup I said that his name was Sam Shepard. It's Sam Fisher. I was mixing Sam Fisher and Commander Shepard because Oz an idiot. Oh yeah, by the way, it is 989 Studios. So Blitz 2000. And then another copy of Gran Turismo 1, but this one is 100% complete, and the box is in really good shape. The case, I mean, it just needs to be wiped down. So, yeah, can't beat that. And then Road Rash, but I can't tell which system it's for. It's a disc, so it might be computer. And I don't think it's the 3DO version because it would be a different, it would say 3DO right on it. So I'm going to load that in my computer and see what happens. But for 50 cents, I thought I'd take a chance. Let's see, any real updates? I've started cleaning the systems out pretty good, and the PS2s work, so I'm happy there. 3DS XL Blue, the one that needs the charging port. I'll just show you what I've done so far. Old port is out. Yeah, so that spot right there. And I'm just going to put the new one in. However, I had to order another one because the one that came in, the one of the side tabs just snapped off as soon as I started aligning it. So as soon as that comes in, I will solder this thing back together, and I'll let you know how that goes. Surprisingly stubborn, the solder on this. I don't know what it is. Maybe Nintendo knows what the hell they're doing. Jeez, they've only made like 15 billion systems, right? Looking around, I think that's about it, guys. If you have any questions, leave them below. If you have any comments, leave them below. Yeah, that's about it. I'm done. Talk to you guys tomorrow.